with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country?
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton. Those are the questions we need answered. We've never had anything like this happen in any of our elections before.
That was a great pivot off the fact that you want open borders, okay? How did we get onto Putin?
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Wait.
Putin,
Wait.
From everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit that the Russians have engaged.
She doesn't like Putin because Putin has outsmarted her at every step of the way. Excuse me. Putin has outsmarted her in Syria. He's outsmarted her every step of the way.
I do get to ask some questions.
There was even a time when he didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged against him.
Should have gotten it.
This is a mindset.
We are going to stop radical Islamic terrorism in this country. She won't even mention the words, and neither will President Obama.
And we're going to look for businesses to help us by buying American products.
I ask a simple question. She's been doing this for 30 years. Why the hell didn't you do it over the last 15, 20 years? You were very much involved. Excuse me. The problem is you talk, but you don't get anything done, Hillary. You don't. Now, in all fairness to Secretary Clinton, yes, is that okay? Good. I want you to be very happy. It's very important to me. Look at her website. You know what? It's no different than this. She's telling us how to fight ISIS. Just go to her website. She tells you how to fight ISIS on her website. I don't think General Douglas MacArthur would like that too much.
The next segment, we're continuing the subject of...
Well, at least I have a plan to fight ISIS.
No, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do.
No, we're not.
See, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do. No wonder you've been fighting. No wonder you've been fighting ISIS your entire adult life.
Well, that's go to the fact checkers. Get to work. I have a feeling that by the end of this evening, I'm going to be blamed for everything that's ever happened.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, why not? You know, just...
She has been a disaster. But here's a woman. She's supposed to fight all of these different things. And she can't make it 15 feet to her car. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Hey, yo!
Give me a break. She's home resting right now. She's getting ready for her next speech, which is going to be about 15 minutes, and it's going to be in 2 or 3 days. Folks, we need stamina. We need energy. We need people that are going to turn deals around. We can't let China take advantage of us anymore.
It's great to be here with 1,000 wonderful people, or as I call it, a small, intimate dinner with some friends. Or as Hillary calls it, her largest crowd of the season. This stuff.
He's always calling me Little Marco.
Don't worry about it, don't worry about it, Little Marco.
And I'll admit, the guy, he's taller than me. He's like 6'2", which is why I don't understand why his hands are the size of someone who's 5'2". Have you seen his hands? And you know what they say about men with small hands?
Whoa, pause. That's a pause.
You can't trust them. You can't trust them.
He hit my hands. Nobody has ever hit my hands. I've never heard of this one. Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee. They put Marco on to refute President Obama's speech. Do you remember that?
Oh, man, it seemed like politics was funner back in the day.
They was going harder back then, bro.
They was toasting.
Now, you see, to say that, they said, she's a Catholic, like...
Is that fair? They're part of the election.
We going hard over here.
They're going hard. They got small meat.
Pause. Hey, Marco. Hey, Marco, you tripping, bro.
I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee. When they put Marco on to refute President Obama's speech, do you remember that catastrophe?
On foreign policy,
America continues to be indispensable to the goal of global liberty, property, and safeguarding human rights. The world is a better place when America is the strongest nation on earth. But we can't remain powerful if we don't have an economy that can afford it. In the short time that I've been here in Washington, nothing has frustrated me more than false choices like the one the president laid out tonight.
It's like he about to cry. Oh, wow.
The choice isn't just between big government or big business.
That was crazy.
And he's like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And this is on live television. This total joke artist.
Hey, yo! You got to pour it out.
It's Rubio. That's what it.
Hey, yo!
Unbelievable.
I have a policy question for you, sir.
Let's see if he answers it.
I will. Don't worry about it, Marco. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, little Marco. I will.
All right, well, let's hear it, Big Don. Donald.
Don't worry about it,
All right, wait.
Don't worry about it, little Marco.
Gentlemen,
You ought to show up.
gentlemen, you gotta do better than this.
This guy has the number one.
Mr. Trump, may I ask you, Mr. Trump, I'd like to ask you a policy question. Your proposed tax cut.
That's why the people in Florida do not like him.
That you acknowledge that, for example, you're the only person on the stage that's ever been fined for hiring people to work on your projects illegally. You hired some workers from Poland.
I'm the only one on the stage that's hired people. You haven't hired anybody.
In fact, some of the people he
by the way,
well, but hold on.
I've hired, and by the way, I've hired tens of thousands of people over my job. You've hired
nobody. 1,000 people
You've
from
had
another
nothing
company,
but problems
from another
with your
country.
credit cards, etc.
Let me say,
don't
let
tell
me just
me
say,
about
well,
that.
let me finish
Senator,
the statement. This is important.
You haven't hired one
He
person
hired
in your life.
workers from Poland, and he had to pay $1 million or so in a judgment
wrong.
for hiring.
That's wrong.
That's a fact.
Totally wrong.
Well, people can look it up. I'm sure people are Googling it right now. Look it up. Trump Polish workers. You'll see $1 million for hiring illegal workers on one of his projects. Yeah, he did.
You know it's interesting.
That happened.
I've hired.
So they used to try to grill Trump for helping illegals, and now they say he against the illegals. Like, damn.
He built buildings.
You know the thing I like he did, though? When he said he's going to give any student who's, like, foreign, if you graduate from American college, you get a green card. And they say he against the illegals, though.
Just don't got, just a flutter of them just coming in.
Well, not against the illegals. They say he against immigrants. He not. He just, it has to, it has to. Yeah. It's got to be a process with this.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you want?
It has to be some type of restriction.
Something.
You'll see $1 million for hiring illegal workers on one of his projects. Yeah, he did.
You know it's interesting.
That happened.
I've hired tens of thousands of people over my lifetime. Tens of thousands.
Many from other countries instead of hiring Americans.
Be quiet. Let me talk. I've hired tens of thousands of people. He brings up something from 30 years ago. It worked out very well. Everybody was happy.
Paid $1 million.
And by the way, the laws were totally different. That was a whole different world.
Thank you.
But I've hired people. Nobody up here has hired
Senator
anybody.
Cruz. Trump.
First of all, he's talking about the polls. I'm beating him awfully badly in the polls.
But you're not beating Hillary.
So you're not beating Hillary. Well, then if I can't beat her, you're really.
I like you. Well, why are you talking about somebody else?
Not for real.
Nah, that's not cool.
You can't hit my big brother over there.
What about Hillary? Come on, Ted.
What about you? I thought you
Ted.
were supposed to be beating him.
I like you, Ted.
First of all, he's talking about the polls. I'm beating him awfully badly in the polls.
But you're not beating Hillary. So you're not beating Hillary.
Well, then if I can't beat her, you're really going to get killed, aren't you? I got along with everybody. You get along with nobody. You don't have one Republican. You don't have one Republican senator, and you work with them every day of your life, although you skipped a lot of time. These are minor details.
You've been funding liberal Democratic politicians, and by the way,
I funded you.
The
I
reason
funded him.
You're welcome to have the check back.
I funded this guy.
Because let's be clear.
Check.
Yeah, you gave
him
me
a check.
$5,000.
You never funded me.
And by the way, let's be clear. Donald claims to care about him.
But he sent me his book with his autograph.
Donald, I understand rules are very hard for you. They're very confusing.
I have his book.
Okay,
on your reality TV show, not in
Thank you for the book.
Donald.
Thank you for the book. Go ahead.
Donald, you can get back in your life.
Tonight, I have to tell you.
That's a 2v1.
Thank you for the book.
Donald, relax.
Go ahead. I'm relaxed. You're the basket case. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't get nervous.
I think really there's a sophomore quality that is entertaining about Mr. Trump. But I am worried. I'm very concerned about having him in charge of the nuclear weapons because I think his response, his visceral response to attack people on their appearance, short, tall, fat, ugly. My goodness, that happened in junior high. Are we not way above that? Would we not all be worried to have someone like that in charge of the nuclear arsenal? Mr. Trump?
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. That I can tell you.
I want to give Mr. Trump.
The problem is,
He's cooking.
How do people not like Trump?
You
He's
could just tell he
hilarious.
was about to get him. The way he was looking, he was like, oh, shit.
He look at him and said, "Oh yeah, I'm finna get your ass."
He said,
Boy, you look like
Hey, this is like a lunch table.
Yeah, bro. Trump is hilarious, bro.
I know what Trump was doing
need
in high school.
toughness. Honestly, I think Jeb is a very nice person. He's a very nice person, but we need tough people. We need toughness. We need intelligence, and we need tough. Jeb said when they come across the southern border, they come as an act of love.
You said in September 30th that ISIS was not a
Am I
not a
talking
factor.
or are you talking, Jeb?
I'm
You can
talking
go
right
back.
now. I'm talking.
You can go back. You're not
I'm
talking.
talking.
You interrupted me,
September
Jeb. Are
30th,
you going
you
to
said it.
apologize, Jeb? No. Am I allowed to finish?
Yeah, one at a time.
Excuse
Go ahead,
me.
Mr.
Am I allowed to finish?
Go ahead, Mr. Trump.
So,
Little of your own
again,
medicine there.
I know
Governor-
you're trying to
Governor
build
Bush,
up your energy,
please.
Jeb, but it's not working
One at a
very well.
time.
Yeah.
Look.
Jeb Bush.
Mr. Trump, take 30
Well,
seconds.
let me just, he wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times, you'll have, and it doesn't work very well with
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough
a lot
is
of
it?
times,
Quiet.
that's all of his donors and special interests out there. So, that's what it is. That's what. And by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets for the? I'm talking about to the television audience. Donors, special interest, the people that are putting up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors.
You're told the mindsets of the people. They're like, maybe Trump is wrong.
Think about this though, bro. We were at the RNC to see somebody go up there and say that, like in front of all of, like, these the people who, like, damn.
He don't care.
That's why they didn't want him as president, even some people on the right, because he's not a politician. He can do what he wants. He got money.
Yeah, he got his own brain.
I got my own motion. So shit. I need to it's my fast call. Y'all see he's going back to Butler, Pennsylvania, where they almost, he's going back to speak there again. That's how he feeling.
Up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money, and I'm the only one up here that can say that. No, Christie's he's eating right now. He can't be bothered. Sir, please do not call him a fat pig. That's very disrespectful. Don't call him. See, I'm trying to be nice. Don't call him a fat pig. You can't do it. You can't do that. So now, because you're not allowed to do that, and therefore we're not going to do it, okay? We want to be very civil, right? Somebody should run against John McCain, who has been, in my opinion, not so hot. And I supported him. I supported him for president. I raised $1 million for him. It's a lot of money. I supported him. He lost. He let us down. But, he lost. So I never liked him as much after that, because I don't like losers. But Frank, let me get to it. He hit me. He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you. Do you agree with that?
No, he got a lot of backlash for that.
Because he was
He got a lot of
captured.
backlash for that.
That was crazy.
He got a lot of backlash for that.
Yeah,
that
this
was
is
funny.
No, this
That
was
was mad
actually super
funny.
funny.
That was mad funny.
Bruh. I can see why they hate him. They think he's probably
He said,
a
all
bully,
right,
bro.
little Marco.
He is a
little
bully.
Marco.
He's a bully, but not in a bad way, He bully the people who need to get bullied.
He bully them when they fall short. Whenever you fall short, he's getting on that ass. You remember when your weed fell out that day?
Hey, Vivek was doing that to the people though, but I didn't love it.
Nah, Vivek,
This was different.
I don't think Vivek was roasting nobody. He was like, he was just outsmarting people.
He told Van Jones, shut the f up. And he told
He
him
needed
to
to shut the F
fat
up.
too.
He needed to shut the F up.
He did.
Chris Christie is fat. It's an observation. You're fat.
That's like me seeing somebody that's fat. You're fat. You're literally fat.
Hey, Trump is so funny.
Trump savage moments is always funny, guys.
No, yeah.
We got a first part, guys. Back when we used to live in Louisiana in college, guys. Go look at that part.
Back in the day.
Maybe we can do a part 3, guys, because this was hilarious. We going, guys.